welcome. Welcome, one and all, to what we call The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Today at the Manhattan District Courthouse, Stormy Daniels took the stand for the second time to face some blistering cross-examination from Trump's attorneys who did everything in their power to discredit Daniels. But this was not her first rodeo. And they would have known that if they'd seen her movie, My Third Rodeo. Very good. It's part of a series. It's part of a series. In their cross-examination of Stormy, Trump's lawyers had one goal: portray her as a money-grubbing, sleazy, dishonest operator by attacking her social media posts and merchandise sales. And for more on why it's so wrong to be a sleazy, money-grubbing merch seller, please buy my God Bless America, Donald Trump, a Bible. There you go. Here it is. It's got everything. It's got words. I've updated it to include a sexy new take on Lot's wife. Let's just say it gets more than a little salty. Now, the main person doing the grilling was Trump attorney and therapist trying to make it through another one of your dumb stories, Susan Necklace. Necklace really tried to throw Stormy off, suggesting that as a porn star, Stormy had experience with phony stories about sex, to which Stormy responded that the sex in such films is very much real. And if the story of her night with Trump had been made up, I would have written it to be a lot better. Damn. So in addition to hearing about it, the jury got to see her spank him in real time. For years, Stormy was bound by a non-disclosure agreement and couldn't talk about her time with Trump. And Necklace went after her for eventually breaking her silence, saying, even though you had agreed you would not discuss this story, you then decided that you wanted to publicly say that you had sex with Donald Trump. Stormy's response, no, nobody would ever want to publicly say that. That's good. That's good. It is true. No one wants to admit to having sex with Donald Trump. That is why on Don Jr.'s birth certificate, the father is listed as no comment. For weeks now, Trump's been whining that his trials kept him from doing the important work of campaigning for president. So naturally, yesterday, on his day off from court, he hosted a dinner at Mar-a-Lago for buyers of his NFT trading cards. Oh, he had his own little ComicCon. Last time an ex-president did that was when Jimmy Carter had a carnival booth where he'd sign your peanut. Now, to remind you, a while back, a year ago, something like that, who knows anymore, Trump sold NFTs with stirringly stupid images of him doing things like hanging out in space with a fire lion, holding a guitar in a totally normal way, and grilling burgers for a dog that Kristi Noem will later shoot. And this NFT dinner was a special event for supporters who bought at least 47 Trump NFTs at $99 a pop. Now, if you do the math, that means these people spent at least $4,653 on JPEGs of Donald Trump. For that same kind of cash, you could buy a Coolmore KM VMNT snack vending machine with a credit card reader and bill receptor, and you'd still have $54 left over for Doritos and Skittles, which coincidentally were the entrees at Trump's dinner on Wednesday. Some attendees also received physical cards with pieces of the suit and the tie that Trump was wearing when he was arrested in Georgia. The suit, it was actually kind of easy to do because the suit was already in scraps. Because that's just how Trump gets undressed. Oh, God! Just cut me out. Release my flesh from this polyblend prison. Get the jaws of life. Trump's not the only one making a fool of Trump. This week, the Biden campaign used a Kendrick Lamar diss track to attack Trump's policies, possibly the most scathing use of hip-hop by a U.S. president since this immortal speech by FDR.
The only thing we have to fear is rats in the front room, roaches in the back, junkies in the alley with a baseball bat. Don't push me, 'cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. Ha 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 ha. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
That's why they called him Grandmaster Frank.
Grandmaster Frank.
That's how they beat Hitler. That's how he beat Hitler. Over on Capitol Hill last night, House Speaker Mike Johnson easily survived a vote to oust him thanks to 163 Democrats voting to protect his job. And to thank those Democrats, Mike rubbed his Johnson all over voting rights by introducing a so-called election integrity bill aimed at keeping non-citizens from voting, though he did identify one minor flaw with his proposed legislation.
Some have noted that it's already a crime for non-citizens to vote in a federal election, and that is true.
So, it's already a law. Kind of redundant, like God's first draft of the Ten Commandments. 1, thou shalt not kill. 2, thou shalt not murder. 3, thou shalt not push someone down an elevator shaft. 4, seriously, guys, enough with the murdering. Not only is it already illegal, it's also not happening. In fact, research has long shown that non-citizen voting is exceedingly rare. Yeah! Have you seen voter turnout? Citizen voting, also exceedingly rare. So reporters asked Johnson, rare voting, citizens, not sure. So reporters asked Johnson about that.
Are you saying that there are currently non-U.S. citizens voting in federal elections? And if that's what you're saying, then do you have an estimate of how many?
The answer is that it's unanswerable.
Are you the Speaker of the House or a magic 8-ball? I just got some disturbing news. Is this true? I got some disturbing news about CBS's parent company, Paramount. It's for sale. And if Sony Entertainment and the finance group Apollo acquire Paramount, they plan to break it up. No, you can't break up Paramount. It's a mountain of entertainment, not several loose piles of amusements. Evidently, the plan would include auctioning off cable channels like MTV and the Paramount Plus streaming service, as well as CBS. Well, if it's an auction, I'll start the bidding at $1. Do $1. Do I hear $2? No, I own CBS. First order of business. I'm going on vacation. Goodbye. I have been informed that I do not own CBS and that the Ed Sullivan Theater is being converted into a Dollar General. Of course, the biggest story in politics is still yesterday's bombshell, brainworms. Specifically, independent candidate RFK Jr. admitting that a worm got into my brain and ate a portion of it and then died. It's the most shocking political revelation since Ross Perot's campaign slogan, "There's a leech on my butt that controls my thoughts." Now, I talked about this yesterday, and I was prepared to let dead brainworms lie. But now RFK Jr. has responded, and as you might imagine, his response was not as sharp as it might have been before the worm got snacky. Because late yesterday, he tweeted, "I offer to eat 5 more brainworms and still beat President Trump and President Biden in a debate." Oh, Bobby. Bobby, you clearly don't understand how any of this works. You don't eat the worms. Worms eat you. But the worms go in, the worms go out, in your stomach and out your mouth. But RFK Jr. is so worm hungry, he's already made a new campaign ad.
RFK Jr. has the courage to lead, has a vision for America, and has a worm in his head that ate part of his brain and then died. But where most Washington insiders would be weary of another brain-eating worm, RFK Jr. is promising to eat 5 more. Probably because the part of the brain that would tell him that's a bad idea was eaten by the first worm. So this November, vote for RFK Jr.
I never met Jeffrey Epstein.
We got a great show for you tonight. From The Daily Show, Jesse Legg is here, and Ryan Gosling takes the Colbert questionnaire. And when we come back, meanwhile, join us, won't you?